sheriff's office, because they have helped us tremendously with transitioning to animal control. And they're probably very thankful, because now that I know how many calls they get for animals, but they are thankful that we take that over, because their call volumes also went up as well. That's about all I have for them.
Any comments or questions?
Yeah, I'd just like to say thanks, because I know that you do get a lot of phone calls, and I know that the job is tough, especially when you have the euthanasia, but it is, we have to control it best we can, and I do want to say thank you all for doing what you do.
I appreciate the job that you guys do, and appreciate your willingness to take over the operation. I do have some questions that I'm going to pose to you. If you would just provide the information to our county manager so he can supply it to me, and that is the qualifications for your animal control officer, what their duties are.
So their duties are basically call the people for stray animals, abandoned animals, injured animals, any animal call basically. I think the only thing we don't take is barking dogs. The sheriff's office said they'll handle that, so I said okay. So any call that's related to any type of animal call. I think Alicia went to a snake call the other day and had to get a snake out of a house. So anything related to animals we go to.
So do you do the enforcement part?
We can't charge anything. That's when the sheriff's office will come in and help us out.
Okay, that was part of my question. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Taylor, I'd like to say thank you for the job you're doing, and we welcome your staff. Glad to have you guys on board. Also, my wife is certainly, and I said this many times, certainly an animal lover, which I have found myself to be quite an animal lover myself. But we have now the rules and regulations are governed by the state?
It's a combination. So the shelter itself is inspected by the North Carolina Department of Agriculture. And so we have a standard that we must follow for the shelter. And so as far as like the enforcement, that is something also governed by statute. As far as rabies control, as far as dogs running at large, and then we have a county ordinance. And so one of the things that we have been looking at your direction is revising our patrol ordinance. We've had some staff turnover, as been alluded to, and the new incorporation of the animal patrol into that department. And so now we can kick it in a different gear as far as looking at the ordinance. But Taylor has been looking at it and providing feedback to me, as has been done before, with consultation with staff for requested improvements to make their job maybe a little bit easier in some aspects for enforcement, but also maybe clearer for the residents about what their expectations are.
I'd like to make sure that, and we can talk about this at a later date, but I'd like to make sure that there are stringent rules concerning abuse of animals. I will never try to fight the right of a hunter in the essence that they, tied dogs by hunting dogs by chains. I understand the reasoning for that, and it helps them to train them to lead into hound in the woods. However, to tie a dog up or any animal and leave it without water or without food, I would definitely like to see very strong penalties for that here in this county. There's no excuse for that. I don't compare an animal to a human, but I think an animal should be treated with love and respect.